Tommy. I'm super excited to finally get over to Mazda's headquarters here in California. This is a day I've been looking forward to since pretty much the new year. I mean, how often do you get to drive a 1985 RX-7 across the country on a road trip? This is just epic so far. Look at the car. It's just so charming. I mean, pristine, almost pristine, 50,000 mile car, and we got to have an adventure. Are you looking forward to this?
Yep. Have at any given time between 50 and 70 cars down here. Historic cars, concept cars, race cars of different significance to Mazda in North America. Obviously they have a museum in Hiroshima and they also have one over in Frankfurt. This is not what we would call a museum in a traditional sense. This is a working garage. So they're all motion sensors, so you kind of have to do this a little bit.
Oh, there we go. So let's go to the RX-8, which is, of course, the last gen RX.
Yeah, this is the last Rotary car ever brought into the US, as in not like the last batch. This is the last VIN number brought into the US of a Rotary powered car. So the RX-8 was introduced into the US in 2004 or 2004 model year, I believe. Commenters are probably going to correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but it ended up going until the 2011 model year in the US and 2012 production year total. And this is the last one. This one is an LM20, which was a graphics package that commemorated the 20th anniversary of our win at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And it is, there are only two of the cars that still have this livery in the world, and this is one of them. And again, as soon as this car was brought off of a shipping boat, it was immediately put into this collection. And this one has about 200 miles on it. And
of course, what made these or makes these cars unusual is not just the rotary engine, but the fact that they're clamshell. Be careful there. There you go. I think it's one of the few non-trucks, right, that's actually a clamshell.
Yeah, most definitely. So this car was kind of thought of as a little bit more of a practical take on the sports car back in its day. And while it competed very, very closely with all of the other Japanese sports cars in that general price range, it had the added benefit that you could actually put two real human beings in the back of it.
You know, the great thing about Mazdas, of course, is that they're cars that are built to last. And these RX-8s right now, if you go on Craigslist, these are just used cars. You can get them for thousands, literally. And I would say if you guys are looking for a classic collectible car, right, that's not yet become out of this world expensive, definitely look at these, because right now they're very affordable. Of course, they had some issues. There were some issues with oil in the engines that people talk about, but nevertheless, I mean, at some point, wait another 5-10 years and these things are going to go through the roof, just like the first gen Miatas, right? I remember I was talking to Dave Coleman about a year ago and I said, Dave, this has got to be the time to buy that first gen Miata. And he was saying, you got to get an 89 or 90, right? And now they started to go up. It was at the bottom of the market, and now, of course, the first gens are going up.
I bought mine I bought my 1993 at the middle of the market because they literally, they had hit rock bottom, and then I was like, okay, well, I probably should buy one before it gets too expensive. And sure enough, I'm looking at prices, and they are more expensive than what I ended up paying for the car. So I'm holding on to mine for as long as I possibly can. Which
and that's a car right now, I would say, if you want a Rotary, and because they kind of got a bad rap when they first came out, you know, 4-seater, right? The Mazda was always a 2-seater, and so now all of a sudden it became a little bit more utilitarian. That's never going to please the enthusiasts, but yeah, if you guys are looking for a classic collectible car, that's a good one.
Not only that, but it is a fantastic car to learn how to drive fast with.
Yeah.
It is predictable. The handling is frankly one of probably the best handling cars ever made. And I know that saying that from a front engine rear wheel drive 3,000 pound sports coupe, But if you ever read a review, new or retro review or whatever, I don't think that anybody will ever say that the handling on that thing left anything on the table. So now that we've seen the last rotary powered car ever brought into the US, how about we see one of the first?
Hell yeah, let's go check it out.